Oakland, Calif. The streak is over. For the first time since 1971-72, the Broncos will have consecutive losing seasons after they fell 27-14 on Monday night to the Oakland Raiders. In potentially the final game at the Oakland Coliseum, the Broncos, 6-9, experienced a Christmas Eve nightmare. Their penultimate game continued a trend that further strengthened the case against retaining coach Vance Joseph. They played lousy against a lousy team. The Broncos have lost to the New York Jets, San Francisco and now the Raiders, all of whom have only 4 wins. Oakland, 4-11, looked better prepared and better motivated. The Broncos looked uninterested, falling behind 17-0 by halftime. "It's frustrating," Joseph said. "I thought our team maxed out in every game, probably the Jets game, we didn't max out. It didn't feel good tonight. We didn't play good enough football to win offensively. Defensively, we had our moments, but still gave up too many drives. We didn't play winning football." Since losing to Cleveland on December 16, Joseph's mantra was finish strong and get to 500. That goal is now unattainable, and Joseph's imminent dismissal is 6 days away. Shoot, the national media is already pointing Joseph toward getting the Cincinnati defensive coordinator post, which means his camp is anticipating his fate in Denver. Want to see a team that is anticipating the end of a season? Check out the Broncos' first-half performance. Allowed a 99-yard punt return touchdown when they failed to complete the process of downing the football. Let a punt hit the ground and roll for 17 yards of field position. Committed a delay of game penalty while going for it on 4th and 1 near midfield. Called for too many men on the field, defense, for the second consecutive game. Allowed a 24-yard Doug Martin touchdown run when he was untouched. And saw Oakland get out of a 1st and 20 hole from its own 10 to drive toward a field goal. Yes, that all happened by the time you sat down for Christmas Eve dinner. We just couldn't overcome the first half, linebacker Brandon Marshall said. We just got down too quickly, too early. It was a debacle, pure and simple, the only bright spot being rookie Phillip Lindsay eclipsing 1,000 yards rushing for the season. The loss clinched the 7th losing season since owner Pat Bowlen bought the team in 1984, which matches the franchise's Super Bowl appearances in his tenure. The Broncos' comedy of errors started early. And Colby Woodman's first punt, Andre Holmes prevented the touchback and rookie Isaac Yiadom stopped the ball at the 1-yard line. But he didn't hold on. The Raiders' Dwayne Harris took the opportunity to pick up the football, break 2 tackles and sprint down the right sideline for a 99-yard touchdown. The Raiders took a 14-0 lead on Martin's touchdown around right end, which capped an 89-yard drive in which the Broncos committed 2 penalties, a frequent bugaboo down the stretch this season. Marshall had the only chance to stop Martin, but he got caught up in traffic, and by the time he regrouped, Martin was gone. "It's my fault why it was 14-0, Marshall said. We called a blitz, and I called it the wrong way and Martin was away scot-free." The Broncos cut Oakland's lead to 17-7 with 4:36 left in the 3rd quarter on Case Keenum's 7-yard touchdown pass to Deshaun Hamilton. One stop by the defense, and maybe, just maybe, things would be interesting, but the Raiders used 7:20 of the clock to move 72 yards and take a commanding 24-7 lead on Jalen Richards' 3-yard touchdown run with 12:16 remaining. The Broncos cut the lead to 24-14 with 7:31 remaining on Courtland Sutton's 19-yard touchdown catch. After forcing a punt, the Broncos' hopes ended when Keenum threw a pick with 5:36 left. Keenum was 23 of 37 for 202 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. It was the Broncos' third consecutive loss after they grinded out of a 3-6 hole to enter the final quarter of the season at 6-6 and in the hunt for a playoff spot. They followed with 3 losses, including first-half no-shows at San Francisco, trailed 20-0, and Oakland. An inability to prevent losing streaks has defined Joseph's 2-year tenure. The Broncos started both seasons 2-0, only to follow up with a 1-9 slump last year, including 8 consecutive losses, and a 1-6 crater this season, including 4 consecutive losses. Joseph's longest winning streak was 3 games. The last time the Broncos lost a game that clinched consecutive losing seasons was November 1972. The opponent? The Raiders, of course. Coached by John Madden, Oakland was on its way to a 10-3-1 record that would start a streak of 6 consecutive playoff appearances. Then Broncos coach John Ralston lasted another 4 non-playoff seasons. Joseph isn't expected to be as fortunate. If Sunday's home game against the Los Angeles Chargers isn't Joseph's final chapter, it would be shocking. The Broncos are in the entertainment business, and adopting the status quo in 2019 would be akin to waving a white flag before the schedule even comes out or the team's draft board is finalized. If you're a professional and take pride in your job, you're going to go hard, Marshall said. I know I'm going to play hard Sunday, and I hope everybody does too. These are new times in Broncos County. It is a fan base used to playoff appearances, not what they've endured the last 2 years. The Broncos' plan will only begin to crystallize once general manager John Elway leads a 4th coaching search on his watch. The last remaining goal is to avoid 10 losses. If you're a professional and take pride in your job, you're going to go hard, Marshall said. I know I'm going to play hard, and I hope everybody else does too.